Hi Sandra,
Hi.
welcome today. How are you?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah, pretty good.
Okay, well, it's good to hear. Well, we've seen each other 6 sessions, and you told me a lot about yourself, which is very courageous because it's not easy to tell all these things. And well, we went through the questionnaires, I explained you something about the schemas and these different sides of you, you remember the different modes, and we talked about your childhood, and well, yeah, you told me a lot. So what I want to do today is summarize what we have until now. Is that okay with you? Summarize and draw it here and visualize it, yeah?
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking a bit...
No,
no?
I'm just curious
Oh,
what
you're
that will
curious.
look
So it's
like. Yeah.
curiosity, not that you're anxious.
No.
Okay,
No.
because if I say something that doesn't make sense, feel free to ask, yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we know that children, when they grow up, they need safety and they need stability and they need love and that people take care of them. And when I look at you, we know that during your childhood, well,
Not much of that.
there wasn't much of that, no. Unfortunately, I feel sad when I hear that and what you told me about it. So in your childhood, there was not much stability and you felt lonely and sad, yeah?
Yeah.
Even when we talk about it, yeah? So
Yeah.
that's the part of you, or the side, it's not a different part, the side of you that we call little Sandra. Is that okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
We call it little Sandra. And little Sandra, how does she feel?
Yeah.
Sad,
Like you said, sad,
sad,
scared.
scared, anxious, alone, which isn't good for a little girl or a little boy, of course. So we call that part little Sandra. And we know that it's rather big now because now, during your life now, you feel sad and scared and alone and sometimes not good enough. You feel it also during during your adulthood. And we also have this part that can become, when you were a little girl, furious and angry and sometimes shouting, yelling, yeah,
Throwing things.
throwing things. Wow.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Well,
Yeah.
probably you were right doing that, yeah? What did you throw?
Like a cup.
A cup, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, and that part of you we call, how shall we call it? Angry Sandra, yeah?
Yeah.
Angry Sandra, and angry Sandra shouting, yeah? And throwing things, you told me, yeah. Okay, okay. Well, which was understandable because why did you become so angry? We know how it came, yeah. Because there was your father and your father was shouting at you. So that was the example you grew up with.
Yeah.
And I know that your mother loved you, but she couldn't stand up against your father, yeah? Yeah. So inside your head, and even now and then, yeah, perhaps in the session, you have this voice of your father that's saying nasty things and is yelling at you, is shouting, yeah, yeah. Is he here now, this voice inside your head?
Yeah. Then it comes back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. We'll send it away now. You're here with me. You're safe with me. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. But we know that this is also a side of you, and we call that the more punitive. Punitive father, how do we call it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Punitive
Father.
father, punitive parent, although your mother wasn't. Punitive father. And he was also angry with you, eh? Angry voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And all these messages, shouting and yelling and saying that you're not good. Okay, shouting, yelling. And these were the messages you grew up with when you were a little child. So, of course, it made you anxious and alone and sad and also very angry now and then. You see?
Yeah.
And it really makes sense. And then there was a side of you that really needed to survive. Yeah, because when you feel sad and alone all the time, or have this nasty voice in your head, what do you want to do then?
To hide.
To hide. You want to hide. You want to shut off. You don't want to feel it anymore. You don't want to listen to it anymore. And that is what we call more, let's say, hiding, eh? The hiding part, or more to protect yourself. Protector part, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, to not feel so
Not
sad.
not feeling sad, and not feeling this punitive, or not listening to this punitive voice. Yes, so it's understandable that you develop this surviving, we could call it the surviving mode, the surviving mode, yeah. So it was hiding, protecting yourself, and also now and then what you told me, because you didn't want to feel sad or alone or not good enough, becoming a bit tough. Do you recognize that? Tough, Sandra?
Yeah.
I've seen it sometimes in the session. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you behave when you are tough, Sandra? Tough?
Yeah, like that. Like,
Okay.
don't fuck
Okay.
with me.
Okay.
That kind of,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stay
Yeah.
away.
Okay. And that's really a way of not feeling that you probably, inside your head, that you're thinking, I'm not good enough. You want to, okay, I'm tough. And
Leave me
you
alone.
want, leave me alone. Okay. So, luckily there is also another side of you, and that's the healthy part. We call it the more healthy adult side, healthy adult Sandra, and that's a part of you. Well, what do you think? I know it. I can help you, but probably you know it yourself.
I don't know
It's a
so
lot.
much.
Coming to therapy, seeking help, looking for help, has a job. Probably
Yeah.
it's not a job you want, but probably that will change. But you have a cleaning job, you have friends, you have a relationship, you're very good coming to therapy. So this is the healthy part of Sandra, yeah? And do you recognize that you have all these different sides? It's a lot, probably we can, yeah?
Yeah.
Look like this. And what is going on that you're flipping now and then from one side or one mode to another one, yeah? Sometimes you feel sad and lonely, then you can become very angry, and because you don't want to feel it, you're going to hide or shut off or become tough, yeah? And you have this punitive voice in your head and you want to shut off, and then you hide. You recognize that?
Yeah.
But also Sandra that rises and says, okay, I'm going to have a nice day, and it can be happy now and then, really proud of herself. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is all Sandra, with all different sides. And you're not the only one. We all have all these sides. Yeah, we have different sides in ourselves. So sometimes I feel scared as well. Sometimes I can get very angry. And sometimes I have punitive voices in my head as well. And if I want to shut off, I go home, watch television, or watch these series during 2 or 3 hours. So I'm not saying that it's healthy, but people have different sides. So you're not the only one. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Is that reassuring for you?
It
yeah?
is that I'm not totally crazy.
You're not crazy at all. No. You have difficulties, and we are here together to help you overcome these difficulties. And you don't have to do it alone. We will do that together.